This is my reverse osmosis system that I have at the moment. I did have a distiller system, and I had a problem with the distiller system. It was like 15 years old and couldn't buy parts for it anymore. So I bought this for 200 bucks, installed it, and I wasted my $200 because I'm on well water. Something that I did not know, you have to have at least 45 psi to 80 to run a reverse osmosis. So I'm taking this one down and I'm going to install iSpring system that has a pump inside to increase the psi to go to the filter system so that I can have reverse osmosis water. So I'm going to remove the old and I'm going to install the new. First thing we're doing, I already got the holes half drilled. So we've got to drill into the concrete. This is where the osmosis is going to hang. Now the next thing we're going to do, we got to put the osmosis cartridge inside the filter before I hang it, because it's a lot easier. Okay, we're actually looking at the manual on how to install the membrane. So that's what we're going to do. This is my first shot doing it. I've never done this before, so let's learn. We're going to the end of the cartridge. You have to pull this blue thing out so you can get the hose off. That's just a safety. You got to take this hose off. There you go. Comes off fairly easy. Now hopefully you can get the tool on it without removing it. Okay, I got it up high enough. So now take the end off, like so. Now here's the cartridge. Here's the cartridge. Open it up. It says the double O-ring goes in first. So just push it in until it seats. So it's all the way down. Now you just put the cap back on. Okay. And rehook up the hose. Push it all the way in, all the way down. And this little blue piece, you put it on, that just holds it in so it doesn't pull out as easy. So now we're going to put these other two cartridges back in position. Next thing we're doing, we're going to take two blue screws and put them in the concrete. And let them stick out, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. We'll give that a try. It's about 1/4. See how it works. Okay, we got the unit. Now we're going to hang it. There you go. Now the unit's in place. Okay, this tank here is from the old system. I built a bracket for it to hang it on the wall, so I decided just to use the old tank. I made this bracket for the faucet because we're just coming out here and filling up our bottles. Because this is our screened-in patio. Because we live in Florida, so we don't have to worry about winter or anything like that. So we just put it out here with the washing machines and stuff. So we're going to change this out because the other unit came with one of these. This was ultimate cheapness. So the other one is better quality. So we're going to use that. So we're going to change this out next. Okay. We're going to put this faucet right here where the other one was. This came with the iSpring kit. And like I said, this is much better quality than the other one, so we're going to use it. Okay, so that one's ready to hook up, so we got that in place. We got the filter pack in place. So next thing, we're going to have to hook up the input water, and we got to hook up the hose to the tank and the hose to the valve. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to hook the hoses up to the head. First thing by the instructions, it says go to E to F with the yellow hose, which is the tank, to, now this is the other model which has the 6 filters. So that one goes here. Goes to the end of this filter here. So that's the yellow hose. That will go to the tank here. And the red hose goes to the input at this point. Here. This will go to a water valve, which will be hooked to this pipe here. That's going to be the input. The water valve doesn't exist yet because this hose for the input wasn't long enough, and I'm going to put the water valve right here. So that means a trip to Home Depot or Lowe's in a minute. Okay, the next hose is going to be the drain for the reverse osmosis. That's all the way up here. Okay, the black hose goes right here in this fitting. And that's going to be the drain. So that actually will come down to this pipe right here. So this is the drain portion. Now the only other hose we've got to hook up is the blue hose. The blue hose, the output goes to this filter on the very top. And there it is on the top. This hose is going to go down to the bottom down here for the faucet. So this is where we're going to get our water. So that's all the hoses at the head. We're pretty well done with those. Now we're going to get the filter. This is the first filter. Make sure it's in the dead center. Okay. Okay, this one's stage 2 filter. It's a GAC carbon filter. Yeah, you can feel some carbon in it. So you screw that one up. And the next one says CTO filter. Carbon. Always just hand tighten them first. Now we get the tool. You don't have to over tighten these. Just enough. If you over tighten things, for me, I break them. Yeah, that's tight enough. Okay, filter's on, so basically the head is done. So everything here is done. So we just got to hook up the remaining pipes and we're all set and go. Okay, the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to take the blue hose, dress it down, and we're going to curl it up to basically where I want it, because I got to dress all these hoses. Cut the hose off. Okay. First you put the metal nut on first. Like that. Put that little donut thing on there next. And then you put this plastic insert into the pipe. Now you screw it onto the bottom. Just like that. We'll tighten this up at the end. Doesn't need to be done now. For the tank, I put Teflon tape on it. The hose on this was different from my old system and my new one. So I got to screw the valve onto it. Okay, with the Teflon tape and plastic, it's fine. Now on the tank, that is the output, which would be yellow here, that will go to it. So you dress it out the way you want the hose, because I always like to tie wrap everything when I'm done. And you cut it. And you push it all the way in there. Use one of your blue clips. And put it on so that it doesn't pull out. Or at least attempt to pull it on. No. There you go. Put the clip on. And there you go. So now the tank is physically hooked up. Now the input, I can't do anything about it until I get the valve from Home Depot. But the overflow tube goes in this direction, goes in this pipe. I just put it in the top, just drop it in from the top, because that's my washing machine input, so I don't need to use any of that other stuff. So the only thing I got left is plug it in, dress all the lines, and hook up the valve. And I'm going to go to Home Depot right now, or Lowe's, get me a valve, and then as soon as I do, I'll finish the video. Okay, made it back from Lowe's. I picked up that water valve here. This is the input, and the red one goes to the input here. The yellow hose, which goes here, goes down to the tank, which is here, which I'm reusing the old tank that I had on my other system because it's brand new, so I need to change it because I already had the wall mounting bracket. The black hose here goes all the way down to the drain, and the blue hose goes at the top, goes down to a little faucet, because that's how I got mine hooked up. And as you can tell, I got everything tie strapped and dressed, so it doesn't look too bad. It's easy to service, easy to maintain. Thank you for watching our video, and I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching.
Hi, today I would like to show you how I installed the iSpring Water Systems reverse osmosis system in the basement of my home. Now, our home has hard water because we have a well, and our water was high in calcium, and we were having problems with calcium deposits in our refrigerator and in our built-in coffee maker. So I bought this iSpring Water Systems reverse osmosis in order to take care of the hard water that I had in my home. To start with, you're supposed to install this under your kitchen cabinet. I did not install that under the kitchen cabinet because the water lines for my refrigerator and coffee maker are located here in the basement. So I installed this system in the basement. As you can see, this was the 6-stage filter system with a pump. The installation of the filter system was relatively simple, and as you can see, I have the storage tank right underneath, located on the ground. Now, first of all, since our water is so hard, I wanted to take soft water as an input to the reverse osmosis system so that I would not have calcium deposits going into these filters. So over here, I used a CPVC T system with a shark bite connector on our soft water into the system. And you can see that the red hose here, which feeds right into this shark bite connector, and all the way over to the pump and to the reverse osmosis system, is how I got the input to the system. That works really well. Secondly, we have the black tubing here, which is the wastewater out of the reverse osmosis process. And that too, I used another CPVC-T connection onto the wastewater pipe from the water softener here. And again, I used another shark bite connection, which greatly eases the connection between the pipe and the water tube itself. That's how I connected it up to our system. And then one more thing I'd like to show you is, because this system is actually located in our basement, it has to push the water all the way up to the second level where my refrigerator and my coffee maker are located. So what I did was I installed an on-demand pump to help boost the pressure from the storage tank here all the way up through the copper tubing to the refrigerator ice maker, as well as the built-in coffee maker. So that secondary pump up there is an on-demand pump to help with my water pressure. I'm happy to report that the water that is coming out of the iSpring Water Systems reverse osmosis is absolutely perfect. The total dissolved substances from my well water was high into 300s, 360, 380. After it goes through the reverse osmosis system, it's all the way down to 35. And bottled water is actually about 13. So I'm very, very happy and very satisfied with the iSprings water systems, and I'm glad to share this with you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello, so this is my iSpring 6-stage water filter reverse osmosis system with a pump and alkaline filter at the end, installed under my sink along with the tank. You can see that it fits very nicely. Also installed the alarm in case there's a leak. It looks very nice. All the hoses are out of the way. The tank fits nicely. You come up to the top. The water pressure is very nice. Very nice and clear. Very nice.
This is our iSpring 6-stage unit. I installed it in an old dishwasher that sits right next to the sink. Installation was quick and easy, about an hour and a half or so. I did watch a video on YouTube, made it easier to handle the parts. All the parts were available, and the water's amazing. I installed the faucet right here in the sink in our old soap dispenser, and as you can see, the pressure is very good, water quality is excellent, and refill time on the tank is probably less than 2 hours. So we've been enjoying this water for a couple weeks now, and it's outstanding. I recommend it.